Welcome to What Y'all Know About This, a podcast about music, concerts, and whatever else we want to talk about. I'm Allegra.
And I'm Victoria, so let's get into it. Like, it was like three,
Three,
two,
two, one.
and then the thing did a
Started so
countdown on its
slow.
own.
Yeah.
She really thought she was
Er,
ready.
yeah. I said, I know what I'm doing. I don't know shit. I've never used this before. Ugh. Well, hey guys.
Hey guys, it's
Hey
been so
guys.
long.
It has been, I think, what, 3 months?
I'm going to be biblically accurate and go and check the
Okay.
receipts.
And that's fair.
We're gonna be so
Because we
upset
know
with
I'm not going
ourselves.
to.
Yeah, I know. Our last post was drumroll please.
Wait, let me see if I can add the drum roll. Y'all, we got something new. Drum roll.
May 30th.
Oh my God.
Literally 3 months. You know,
That's crazy. And you guys,
because it literally took us like a month to do the Coachella episode, and then there was one more almost a month later, and then y'all life happened.
things literally got absolutely insane very, very
Honestly,
quick.
let's just get into that. What literally has happened since the end of May? I'll
End of
start
May. Okay.
because I know I'll be talking.
I know.
End of May, Allegra started her new job and was exhausted every day.
Yeah.
And then I went to Pride, uh, busy that weekend, that entire weekend. And then I was busy again. And then it was Father's Day, busy that weekend. And then it was Juneteenth, and I injured myself, almost cut off the tip of my thumb, cutting a watermelon on Juneteenth, mind you.
The
And
racism.
then I literally just randomly got a new job. Hey, started
And
my new
y'all,
job, and
she
then
is making money. She is making like twice what she
that
made before. She making
okay,
money. She has her own office. This is a businesswoman you're talking to. Two business ladies. This is her glam
literally,
up. We came back glammed up. Thank
that's
you.
right, glammed up with cameras and a soundboard. Please don't talk
Hmm.
to me.
I got a
And then
microphone.
literally,
Holla.
Shannon came to visit, and we went to Disneyland, and I was dead for 4 days after that. And then I immediately went to New Orleans, got sick, came back, went to work for like a week and a half, went to see Nile in concert, and then I flew to New York and we got trapped in a rainstorm. My flossers floated away. Allegra left me locked out of her house, and then I lost my voice and I came home and couldn't breathe for a week. And now we're here.
Sure did. Um, and you guys are gonna be like, how did you lock her out of the house? What happened was, and before anyone says anything, I have taken steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. So I don't want to
She,
hear it,
she
but
said, I'm bettering myself.
I am bettering myself. Thank you. I don't. I leave my phone on silent because I hate the noise. I'm different,
She's different.
and
She has sensory issues.
I have so many sensory issues, and I just do not like the sound, any sounds that my phone makes. And these are the sounds that I've picked. It's not any other sounds. I have picked these sounds and I still don't like them. I just don't like to hear them all the time. So I've had my phone on silent for probably 2 years, and this is not the first time it's caught up to me. The first time Really should have changed it, didn't. And my mom was gonna tell me to, but we were going through a lot. You know why? Because my mom had to call me multiple times, if not 3 to 4 times when my grandma died and I didn't pick up the phone because my phone was on silent. Then I call her and I hear terrible news. And then I s- you would think, "Oh, maybe she should make some changes." Didn't. And then my friends got locked outside because the door locked behind them by accident somehow. And got I got um girl, I could hear you. I don't know what that was. Anyways, the point is that I thought everything was fine and I was sleeping and they got locked out of the house for 2 hours in the
I'll get
morning.
into it when we tell our story about our weekend.
And
That's
I
just the
am
bullet
sorry about it.
points.
I am sorry about it. But then I had to immediately go get my hair done. Wait, no, was my hair already? No, I had to immediately then go get my hair done. I felt super bad. I told my mom so that she could yell at me a little bit because I needed some punishment. I was like, damn, I feel bad. And so I've put my phone on do not disturb and sleep mode so that I am not disturbed by anything, but people can call me so that they can, you know, there's just so many things. And sometimes there's an emergency. And I am now the person you can call. Before, nope, not at all. You could not. And that is because I was like, who's going to need me? Nobody. I said, it's fine. I'm chilling. Was not chilling. Was very not chilling. But it's
Not
fine
chilling in
now.
Cedar
And I
Rapids.
exactly, exactly. And now we are chilling in Cedar Rapids. And I am Hillary Clinton. And we are here. But in more hopeful, amazing, great news, we saw Ateez. And that was fun because we were going to be super late. We took an Uber there. And guess what happened? It got delayed 2 hours. We were stuck in the rain. Yes, we were those people who went to see Ateez in City Field. And yes, it was as bad as ever as all the videos. It
I guess we go get into it. We should start from the beginning
was
of my
pouring.
trip.
Yeah. God.
We could start with that.
Ooh.
Last weekend, we are survivors of ATs at City Field. We are
That's
survivors.
gonna be the name of
I
this. Survived.
literally, literally, we survived ATs at City Field. I am going to tell this story because it was a tumultuous day for me personally. It started the day before on, what was that, Friday night, because the concert was on Saturday.
Right.
I flew in from LA on a red eye. I said, this is going to be perfect. So then I don't have to take off work on Friday. I'm just going to take off work on Monday so that we can hang out. And I was going to get there at 6:30 in the morning. And I said, I'll get to Atlanta like 7:30 and I can sleep for hours before I have to get up and get dressed and get ready. I get on this plane. I'm in the middle seat. The
Nightmare.
two women next to me, one of them just extremely comfortable. Her entire hips all over me. I said, that's fine. The other one, though, her breath smelled so bad I couldn't sleep. I was up fighting for my life because she kept
No.
breathing. I wanted to just say, stop breathing, ma'am. But then she would die.
She would. But
It was
honestly,
so terrible, though.
that's fine.
I said, okay. So I was watching some movies. I did watch Abigail, another perfect vampire movie to add into the repertoire.
It really is. It's so good and it's so funny and amazing and I love it.
Literally everything about it is good. Also, shout out to Catherine Newton. Been loving that girl ever since she was Dean's little fake daughter on Supernatural. I'm back on my Supernatural bullshit, by the way. And then she was in Lisa Frankenstein, the other greatest movie of the year. And she's in
Truly so
Abigail.
good.
She's so good. Anyways, and so then I watched that. And then I watched Rent. Because if Rent is playing, I'm going to watch it. And
Fair.
so I was just up. The entire flight was like 6 hours. And then JFK is so big. And JFK is now basically like LaGuardia. It
Yep.
was hell getting out of
Yeah.
there. I said, "Oh, I hate it
Honestly,
here."
I think LaGuardia is now better because JFK
Yeah,
is now doing renovations and LaGuardia just finished.
yeah, that's why they switched. And I said, "Oh, I chose the wrong airport, but it's fine." And so then I get to Allegra's house, and I was calling Allegra immediately when I got off that plane. And then I said, "Why am I calling her? Her phone is always on silent." So I called Shannon because she was there, and I said, "I need the code to the door to get into the place." And they gave me the
They gave
code.
me the coordinates.
She's so funny.
Go to hell.
And they gave me the code, and I go beep boop 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 boop. I go boop 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 boop.
Yeah. She
All of
goes
that, and
boop,
I
boop,
still
boop,
cough
boop.
into the mic. But I put it in, and it says door open, and I go to pull it, the door not open. I said, "Oh, I did that wrong." Beep boop 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 boop. Door open. I go pull it, it's still not open. I said,
The
"Oh, this don't work."
the problem with that door is that, well, they fixed it now because it actually did fully stop working after this. But the problem with the door is that when you do that, you have to do it quickly. You have to open the door quickly. Or
Yeah, but I literally had myself splayed open. I had my arm at the door and the other arm. As soon as I hit the last digit of your code, I pulled it and it just wasn't opening. And
yeah.
so then I called Shannon and she was like, "Okay, I'm going to come down and get you." And right before she came down, a man and his son came out. And I said, "I'm going to just let the door close because I
Well,
think Shannon would kill me if I got her up out of her sleep and I was just waiting in the lobby."
mm,
And so she got me. Because it was like a second before she was coming out of the elevator, too.
oh,
I was like, I would kill me. So I said, "Thank you, Shannon." And we went inside and we get up on the elevator and we get to the door. And she does it. And she said, it's not open. She said, "Maybe I'm trying it wrong. You try it." I tried. I said, "Oh, no, girl, this door is locked." And so then we say, hmm. At that point, it was 7:45, and we said it is very early, and we don't want Allegra's roommates to hate us. And so we said, let's give it a couple minutes. And so we gave it a couple minutes, and we were just outside, like, what do we do? And I said, let me call her, even though I know Allegra's phone is always on silent. And so I called her
so
because I
what?
was like, what if, you know, like she just happened to open her eyes, and so I called her twice and she didn't answer. And so then we were like, okay, let's just do a quick knock. They'll hear somebody will come. It'll be annoying, but it'll be quick and over. And so we knock, nothing. And we say, okay, well, it's still early. Let's not be too disruptive because there's other people around here. And so we were sitting in the hallway talking. And then at like 8, I said, okay, I'm getting tired. Let's actually knock on the door. And so Shannon knocks, two big knocks, nothing. And then we said, okay, let's knock harder. Nothing. And then we said, you know what? It's still early. And so then we literally sat on the floor in the hallway of her apartment complex. And people have started to wake up. Older ladies are getting their grocery carts, going to do their groceries on Saturday. They said, "Excuse me." I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm all in her way." And then It's like 8:15, almost 8:20. And I said, let's try again. And we knock. Nothing. And I said, oh, these people could sleep through the apocalypse.
And
And
can.
then literally all three of you. And so we're knocking and we're knocking. And I said, this is so crazy. And so then we sit down again. And then it's like 8:45. And I said, okay, this is a respectable amount of time to be obnoxious. So then we start like banging on the door. And I said, well, that's crazy. Still no response. And so then Shin was like, let me just go downstairs and buzz them on their buzzer for their apartment because that's loud. We She went downstairs and she buzzed that thing three separate times. And it was extremely loud because I could hear it through their door.
Yeah, it is loud.
Not a person stirred, not a single movement. I said, oh no. I said, Allegra chose the absolute worst people to live with. They're just like her. I said, how is no one being awoken by all of these sounds? And so then we bang on the door again at 9, and it's still nothing. And then I literally just gave up because I was genuinely exhausted for being up basically 2 days. And so I literally was sleeping outside on the hallway on my luggage. And her neighbors are just walking past. And I love Brooklyn. Them bitches said, look at these idiots. They just looked at us and kept on walking. I'm so glad no one asked us because then that would have made me more mad. But they just minded their business. And I said, yeah. Yeah. I said, good morning. And then I was asleep. And then when I was really getting good in sleep, Shannon said, there's feet, there's movement at 9:45. And we was banging on that door. And one of her roommates opened that door looking mad as hell. I said, no, sir, you can go to hell. Because I've been banging on this door for 2 hours. I didn't even say hi. I didn't say nothing. Shannon just said, we've been out here for 2 hours. And he looked so annoyed. And I just said, get the fuck out the way. Thank you so incredibly much. I'm trying to get to a bed. No greeting, no nothing. I don't care. I just slid right on past his little ass. I said, I got to go.
Uh,
I said, I can't believe this is how my weekend is starting. And then I went and I slammed my hands on Allegra's bed and I said, it's been 2 hours. And she's never looked so confused in her life. And I said, she doesn't get to sleep. She doesn't get to enjoy her Saturday morning because
no,
I
and you
didn't.
know, wait, before that, when she comes to open my door, apparently my door is
Yeah,
locked.
I forgot her door was locked. We had to pick the lock of her door, her bedroom door.
And thank
Shannon
God
said,
Shin had done that before
yeah, Shannon said,
because
I have to do
one
this all
time,
the time.
I don't know why she said all the time. She's done it once. Or
You
well,
don't know, you be
maybe other
sleeping.
places. But she's done it here once because I came home one time and I said, "Why is the door locked?" She said, "I didn't lock it." I said, "Huh?" And then she got a knife and she just poked it and it unlocked. So she unlocked the door for Victoria, and Victoria, I guess, slams her hands on the bed because I wake up and I see her and I'm like, "You're here." And she's
And
like,
I
"You've been
said,
here for 2 hours." I'm
I
like,
said, this is not a laughing matter.
I said, "What do you mean?" And then my mind immediately goes to, "Oh, why were they sitting out there for 2 hours? They didn't let me know that they were sitting on the couch just having fun." They
No.
weren't doing any of that. And then Victoria tells me, I see my phone. I
We
have
called her a
11,
total of 40 times.
yep, on Instagram and on my and just like
Because
regular calls.
Instagram lied and said that Allegra was active. I said,
I
there's
was
no
not
way.
active.
I said, there's no way she can hear us knocking and
I
she's
would
just
not
ignoring us.
ignore you. None
She
of that was
wasn't.
on purpose. I was just like quite literally dead to the world. And if this explains nothing to anyone, when I sleep,
Don't
you
look for her.
have to like touch me to wake me up. It doesn't, nothing wakes me up, especially when I'm really tired. I just during an
Heavy
apocalypse,
ass sleeper.
I'm I'm dead to the world.
Mhm.
Literally. So that's what happened. I felt super bad. I said, "What?" And then she got into the bed and I said, "I'm so sorry." And then I went out there to check the lock to make sure, because what happened is, and this is how I know that it's happened, because I have gotten locked out of the house the same exact way without my keys. The only difference is that I was by myself. Nothing had to, we weren't going, I was by myself. There was nothing to go to, but I did have work the next day and I had a panic attack and cried outside. Um, but one of my roommates figured out how to lock the door without having to use your keys. So sometimes randomly, that just triggers, and it's a little like knob or something at the bottom of the lock that you can press, and it just locks the door behind you. And I found out the first time that usually when you unlock the door, it's fine and it turns itself off, but randomly it can turn itself back on. And I went out to to throw out the garbage, came back, door locked, had a panic attack. And then it happened to them because Shannon definitely left the door unlocked, but I didn't think she was going to leave the house, or I would have told her always take your keys. And when I say your, I mean
Yeah.
mine.
I was like, take your keys. But that literally was like, oh no, we literally need to get a copy of her keys for when we're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna do that.
Oh, 100%. So we'll eventually go to a like a Walgreens or something
Yeah. And
and
go
get a
right in that
copy.
key machine,
Yeah,
just
and
like
get
I
a
did the
copy.
last time. I still got a
Exactly.
key from your last apartment.
Yeah. So do I. They never took the keys. I can open right up. I can open. Ooh,
They
just go.
probably just changed the locks.
I bet they didn't.
Anyways, so then after all of that, I go to sleep. Orlando goes and gets her hair done. And then I was so tired. And I woke up at like 4. So I slept a couple hours. And then I get up and I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't want to go nowhere. But I get my life together. We get dressed. We're drinking our zero sugar Cayman Jacks. We're having a great sponsor us. We're having a great time.
We're having a great sponsor us. We're
Literally, I'm a
right.
mention.
It
I'm a
was zero
mention.
sugar mics. Hey,
Sponsor us.
hey.
We're 26 and 27 respectively. We're old enough to drink. Anyways, so we're getting ready, and then we're going. And I said, "Yeah, we gonna Uber. We already knew we were gonna Uber, but then it was raining. I didn't have a lick of an umbrella, and my hair
Exactly.
wasn't ready for rain. I said, So then we get in the Uber at like what 6, and the concert was at
Probably.
it was like almost 6:30, and the concert was at 7:30, and I was like, we're gonna be a little late, but it'll be fine. But on the way there, it was raining so incredibly hard, and I said, let me check the internet about this. And so then I start checking City Field's thing, but before I tell anyone that I'm checking it, I don't know why, but Allegra, you were being super mean to me that day in the car. Like there were times where even Shannon looked at me like, "Why would she say that?" And I said,
Insane.
"I
Also, I'm
can't
sorry.
remember." But you were being like really mean, and I was just like, I figured it's just because you were on your period. But I said, "Oh, okay."
Oh, that's right.
I said,
Yeah.
"Oh,
No,
okay."
I was,
I
and
was
I'm
like,
so
I've
sorry.
flown across the country to come and see you, and you're just being mean, and I don't like it. So I just stopped talking to her. And so then we're just in the car, and I'm just like, hee hee hee. I'm laughing at the jokes. But then when she's being mean, I looked at Shannon and Allegra just oblivious in her phone. She doesn't pick up on it at all. And I said, I know it's because she's just going through it. And I'm just waving it off, and it's fine. Until I finally say, oh, they've delayed the concert. I was like, they're telling people to shelter in place. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled. And I was like, I'm going to just, keep looking at City Field's Twitter. And Allegra said, okay, I'm going to look at Ateez's Twitter. And I said, okay, you can look at it, but ATs themselves they're not retweeting the important information from City Field. That's the point I was trying to get across to her. And Allegra goes, it doesn't make sense for us to both look at the same Twitter. And I said, okay, okay, thank you. And I said, well, if our friendship ends, it will not be my fault.
And
And I
that is
said, I'm
true.
gonna just let her talk to herself for the rest of this car ride.
I remember that specifically, and let me tell you, it is that entire thing is because I was on my period. Because I remember you saying that, and in my warped little hormonal crazy mind, everything that you said sounded so aggressive to me. And I'm like, why is she calling me an idiot? And I just got so mad. And you didn't
I
say
just said that
any
they're
of
not.
that.
I just said they're not retweeting any of the important information.
Yeah,
They're
you're right.
retweeting
And
like merged spots, and I said that won't help us get inside if it's canceled or not. And then
you
I
were
said,
right. In my mind, I was like, they'll tell us if it's over. It doesn't matter. Like, and also they always do that later than the regular so it doesn't. You're
they
just
hadn't
forgetting.
retweeted a
And
single piece of
even
information that I had seen.
exactly, and even the day before, like the night before, Shannon was like, "Why are you yelling and why are you so mad?" I'm like, "Shannon, I can't hear myself." Like that was a bad period for me. I was so upset
I said
at
Nada's about to
everything
fight at another Ateez concert.
and
I said,
so
and
am
if
I.
we do it, I will punch her in the face. I said, I'm ready. I'm ready to do it this time because she will deserve it, and she'll live with it, and she'll know that she was in the wrong.
And she's right. And
Yeah.
she's fully right. Because I just like it by the time we got there, I think it got better. However,
No,
my
and let me
phone
continue to tell you how it wasn't.
okay.
It's so funny. So we got out the car, and then I was digging. So we got there, and then they just said to shelter under the things because
Yeah.
the stadium is mostly outside. It's a baseball stadium, and
So
so
everything's out.
everyone. So we get inside, and everyone was on the first level under the thing, and so it was terrible to get through. Everyone was piled on top of each other, and we were trying to just get through the crowd to get to the stairs because we were on a higher level. And there was a guy like, yeah, there's nobody on the higher levels. Why is everybody right here? And we were just trying to get there, and then we got um split up in the crowd, but I could see her and Shannon. And then when we got split up, I could hear you from how far back I was, and you were like, Shannon, where's Victoria? Why'd you lose her? And I said, oh, she's crazy today. And Shannon looked at me,
Crazy.
and I said, matter of fact, I'm gonna take another couple steps backwards.
That is insane because let me
I
tell
said,
you,
I'll
I
reach up to
remember
them.
saying that and I remember being like, Shannon, where's Victoria? I did not think that I said it like that. And I didn't think that I said it that loudly either. And I thought I was just like, where's Victoria? How's she gone? And
No,
that's what I said in my mind.
that's not what you said out
And
loud. And I
that's
just
not what
said,
I said
that's
out
all
loud
right.
at all.
I said, you know what? It'll be fine.
It was, I've
And
never
then
had such an angry period before.
I know.
So
I said, well, but
because
then
I
when we
kept
made it upstairs, it was fine. I have to went to the bathroom.
after I did say that though, I was like, you need to calm down. You can see Victoria and you can see Shannon. Shut
Yeah.
up.
I just
And
was not
I
trying to fight people to just stay close. I could
exactly,
see you.
which is what I realized, which is why after that I was like, let me just shut up. I can see where everyone is and I can just walk and then I can just wait for them. And I can walk and then I can wait for them.
Mhm.
And that was fine. And then we finally went to the bathroom. We got drinks.
I got a hot
Fine.
dog.
She got a hot dog. I
A
got some
hot dog.
cheeseburgers. It was fun. And then they go to sit down, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get some merch because I told myself I am buying a new Lightini. I want the new upgraded one. So I said I'm gonna go get one, and then I'll be back. So I go and get one. It There is a merch table downstairs, and there's one like 2 floors up that's basically outside. The one downstairs was packed. So I said, there's no point going there. It's going to take forever. So I go upstairs. By now, it's not just drizzling anymore, it's raining. So I also didn't bring my umbrella because stadiums have different rules, and sometimes umbrellas are counted as weapons, so they won't let you bring one in. And I have a good umbrella, and it is pink, and it opens up inside out. It's a nice one. I was not going to let anyone take that from me. So I didn't bring it. I had just gotten my hair done just hours before. And now I'm in the rain. I said, I hate this. It starts
She
raining
came back.
so
I said, "Oh my god."
Yep, because I was like soaked to the bone. I my eyes started to burn because I could feel the hair products getting into my eyes. It was so irritating. And then the line was also long, and I'm just like, why is this taking so long? You guys, why? I was just like, know what you want and then walk away. Why are you standing? You can see everything that is outside. You can see everything. Get your item and move. Cause I don't know why y'all want to all be in the rain. And then I start talking to this girl about something. We were talking about K-pop. I was asking her which one she was going to, if she was gonna go see G Idol, which I got a ticket to. I'm going to see G Idol. Thank you. And and I was just like, yeah, blah 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 blah. And then eventually these two girls in front of me, they go away, and then another group of people go away, and I'm like, thank God. Let's move this line along. I was standing in the rain for probably 20 minutes, just getting soaked. Think honestly, my makeup did not look as bad as I thought it was going to. It
Yeah,
stayed
it
mostly
didn't look
intact.
bad at all to me.
Thank
And it
you.
was also 9:30 p.m. and dark, but
It,
it looked good to
exactly.
me.
Thank you. And shout out to you for getting me that setting spray because
Shout out
that's the one
to
that
LA Pride.
shout out to
Okay,
LA Pride. Shout out to NYX.
NYX marshmallow setting
Fire.
spray.
That marshmallow setting
Literally,
spray.
NYX sponsor
I
us.
was
I have so much of
mhm,
your products because I went to
exactly.
LA Pride and I was there when you guys were like, here, take some, take some, take some. I went to every person and I got so many things and I shared with all the gay people in my life and even some non gay allies. You are all
Ooh,
so welcome.
aye.
I literally get
But
into my old boss and her daughter. That's
what?
how much makeup I had.
Oh, that's fun. But yeah, that setting spray worked. I was drenched in the rain, but honestly, my hair and my makeup still looked good. And
Yeah.
my hair stayed mostly straight, which is good. And that is because I took the hairspray that I had. She already straightened it bone straight, and I sprayed some hairspray on it. I said, it's not moving. And it didn't. And it stayed straight. And it's still straight right now. Thank you very much. But so I finally get my Lightini. I'm like, does it come with a photo card? Where's the photo card? That
She
man is
would have
very.
thrown that little piece away. The
I
photo
said
card was buried within the instruction booklet. I said, girl, here it goes. She said,
exactly.
ah!
Yes,
I said, yeah.
because and then he gave me an extra one because that regular photo card, the one that you got with the Lightini, that one was. I thought I was gonna get 8 individual ones. Didn't I? Said whatever. It was a
One
group one,
group, one.
and
Eight
then
makes one team.
exactly. And then they gave me one extra one just for like everyone who's purchasing something. I said, who is it? It was Yosan. I said, and I was, I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping for Woo Young. And let me tell you why I was hoping for Woo Young. Because he is the only one that I don't have any, not even non official ones. I don't have one single one. And
Oh,
that is so very him. He would, ooh, he
that's
would let
crazy.
that,
I
he,
have like
he
one
would.
unofficial one and one official one of him.
Well, isn't that great for you?
It
Oh no.
is.
No. So I go back and I'm like, hey y'all, I'm back. And they look at me and I am soaked. And then I sit down and I drink my little drinky drinks. And then I'm like, I can't wait for it to get started because it's eventually, it was starting pretty soon after that because
Yeah, you made
um,
good timing.
I made, yeah, great timing. And then just before that, Shannon, the day before, Shannon was like, why are you yelling at me? And the day before, that was where I was. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just stressed out and on my period. And I was.
Also, while I was there, you were still just like constantly yelling. And I was like, I was really just like is this just what she does with her new friends that we just don't know? Because I
No,
said, she is so loud. And
yes.
Allegra is loud.
I'm
And we're
loud
used
in
to Allegra
general,
being loud. But
but like
like, she was
apparently I
screaming.
exactly. And
And
the
I
thing
said, let's
was
chill out, guys. It's 9:30 p.m. The concert
exactly
haven't started yet. I
the
said,
concert hadn't started.
I'm
And
tired.
I was like, "Am I still yelling?" And they're like, "Yes." And I'm like, I cannot hear myself. So I'm just at this point, I'm like, let me try and like whisper. And
And then
my
she was
whispering was a
talking.
regular talking. And
I
they
know.
said, this is good. And I said, I'm just going to stay like this.
I
I'm just going
said,
to stay like this.
she's going through a lot. It's fine.
It was just like, I don't, I, it was I was on my period. B, I was like, I want to clean everything and make sure everything's nice because this is the first time Victoria is staying here with me. And I had to clean everything anyways. And the night before, I was doing my laundry, I was cleaning everything. And then that part started to get me stressed out. But I was mostly fine with that after that was done. And then I just like, I've never had such a stressful period
It's okay,
because I
babes.
was
We've all
also
been
on my
there.
period at the concert, which you and it just like I could not take it and it was just making me unknowingly enraged.
Yeah.
And
But
then
we survived.
exactly. And then after we're like, let's go out. And Victoria in the car said, I don't have my ID. I said, what do you mean?
I
She said,
left
it's
it
fine.
in my bag that I had on the plane.
I said, Victoria.
I said, it's fine. Let's go to karaoke. We go to
I said,
karaoke. Since when
okay.
did they start checking IDs? That's what
They
I want
have
to
been
know.
doing that. Since we went for my birthday, they did that.
I remember them checking IDs when we ordered drinks in the room. That's when I remember.
No, they've done it before.
We
But
went to dinner. We
yes,
went and ate.
we went to many karaoke places and they're like, we're full. It's Saturday. We're full. Where's your ID? And I'm just like, let's just go, guys.
I said,
Because we
I'm
called
so
Victoria.
sorry.
Victoria's like, I'm just the worst person alive. I said, what if we just go in the Pocha 32? She's like, Pocha, the bar? They're not gonna let me in the bar. I was
Well,
like, it's
it's a
food.
bar.
Yes,
Well,
but
yeah,
it's
they
a
have,
food
but
place.
no, but at that late, it's bar. At 1 a.m.,
Okay.
they always, places like that, it's like, oh, you're coming here to drink.
Okay. And I was just like, I guess she's mad. Okay. I said, damn. Okay.
Also, of course, I was mad. You had literally done nothing but attack me all night. I said, no. I said, because if I drink around her, I might fight her. I said, no. I said, now it's my turn to be upset at her because I was. All she had done was attack me all night. And then she said, isn't life great? And then she said, and then literally this bitch has the nerve to have a fucking emotional breakdown at the concert, which her right, she can do that. But I said, oh, now I have to feel bad for the bitch after she's attacked me all day and night and left me locked out of her apartment. And now I have to make her feel better. Oh, okay.
I would like to say that at that point, I was not expecting that. And I was just like,
And no one was expecting
I
that.
said,
It was incredibly emotional.
I don't need. Oh, by the way, no one knows what we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
If an 18 is listening to this, y'all know what happened at the City Field concert was when at the end when they do all their talks, that was the time when Songwa was talking
broke
about
down.
he broke down and he made a long speech and he was talking about um his grandpa dying, which happened super recently, and how his parents were there. And he was just like, you have to take care of yourself, even though you're sad. And he was just going over and over about that. And I already was having a tough time and I had was already thinking I had told Victoria maybe
Literally right before the concert started, or like
right
when you came
before the
back from the
concert.
bathroom. It was either during the concert, like your first bathroom break, or right before.
Mhm.
But she was like, "This is the closest I've ever looked to my grandma."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, girl, go
Yeah.
off."
Cuz I had my hair in pigtails and it was super long, and my grandma used to wear when she was younger, she had long really long hair and she would wear it in pigtails and it would go basically to her waist. I was like, "Oh my god, just like my grandma." And I was already feeling sad about my grandma that day, which also might have added towards the anger. I am not good with emotions. Anyways,
Lord, don't get me started.
um uh so he started
Yes,
talking about his grandpa and I was like, "Oh my god, I feel for you so much." And then the more he kept talking, and then he broke down, and then I started to cry, and then Hong Jun was like, "You guys," they all hugged him. I was like, "Yay." And then Hong Jun was like, "You guys, I'm really so sorry for the rain and being late and that we didn't get to do all the songs that we wanted to." And that just that was the last straw. I broke down
she was
sobbing.
sobbing. And
I
they was
was
doing their little song. She said, "I want to hear the song." I said, "Girl, no. Get up and go clean your face because I don't want you to start hyperventilating."
I
Because
wanted to
she'll do it.
too. Cause when she first and when when Victoria first was like, "Let's get up," I looked at her. I was like, "Why would you disturb?" In my mind, Shannon looked at me when she when I looked at her, and it was just a face of betrayal. Because I looked at her and I said, "Why would you disturb me during this time?" My mind was like, "Why would you disturb me during this time when I'm crying and watching Ateez? Leave me alone and
If
let
you
me
were
cry."
just sitting there, like, just silently crying, I would have left you. But this woman was sobbing, full on sobbing, like she had
I
let go
was.
of everything in her hands and like her whole body was shaking. I said, "No, we need to." She has asthma. I've seen Allegra cry so hard.
Inhaler.
Okay, I'm just saying, I know how leaving you to cry goes. We didn't have time for that.
That's true. I
You needed
probably would
to
have had to
wrap
go
it up,
to,
queen.
but I wanted to. I
I
wanted to
wanted to
leave.
sob.
I wanted. I did. I wanted to sit there and I wanted to sob and I wanted to watch ATs while I
Not on
cried.
my watch.
But by the time Victoria was like, "Get up," I was like, "Let me just listen to her," and I did, and all
It
my
was for the
feelings came
better.
through, and it was for the better. It
And
was
then
for
we finished watching it just from the back.
Yeah, and then the fireworks went off, so I
Yeah.
squatted to look at the fireworks, and it was fun. And then we were on the train, and I was like, "You guys are good friends." I felt so weird saying that. And then I told everyone I felt gross about it later on text, and Ava told me that I needed to tell a therapist about that. And I said, "Hey, leave me alone."
We're just a group of mentally unstable people.
Exactly. I don't know why
So,
everyone all the time is like, I'm so comfortable seeing all of my emotions. I get it. Okay.
literally, none of you are. I'm like the most comfortable person
Yeah,
to
you
just let
are.
them
And the
out.
thing is,
The
I
rest of
can
you will
say,
be like, "This is disgusting, but I
and
actually
that
love
is why I
you."
was also upset. I said, look who's talking. Because
Yeah.
y'all, I was
Yeah.
just like, whatever.
I just
Because
listen to all of y'all talk.
am, I am good at saying, I love you guys and stuff. I can do that. It's just at that moment, I was like,
She said sincerity is scary.
yeah,
Deep cut.
literally what I said, fully. And I was
You're
just like,
welcome.
and I was also feeling super guilty that day, anyways. So that's probably why I was feeling it and also feeling weird about saying that. So it was a time, and then we went out to eat, and
And then we were up
then
until 4
we
a.m.
said, "Oh,
talking and we went to bed.
yeah," because I was
4
just like,
a.m. was
"I
crazy.
want to talk, you guys. Just wanted
And we
to."
could have stayed up so much longer, but the way we had to be up the next day.
Yeah. Oh my
If we
god.
didn't have to do
Because
that, I think that literally that last weekend was so weird because we were on like a time schedule of things.
yeah,
If we could have just slept more of the day of Sunday, we could have made it to dinner because we could have got up at like 4 or 5 p.m. and we could have made it out. of the
I
helm.
fully
But we
agree.
sat down and we turned on them movies and it was over.
I said, no, no,
Hmm.
ma'am, no, ma'am,
I
thanks.
didn't even want to walk to the deli. I was tired.
Yeah, I said, let's go, girl. And but the reason why we had something to do the next day is because we had our summer conference, and our summer conference is something that we have with our friends.
We have
And
quarterly conferences to make sure that we all catch up with each other.
exactly, or it will never happen.
Yeah.
So we
The addition of
literally,
two other people in the friend group really adds a lot
it
to it.
really does.
The
It's
four
a
of
lot.
us, the me, her, Shannon, and Ava, we could talk like once a week if we really thought about it.
Exactly.
At
The
least
other
once a
two,
month, all four people at one time. But with the addition of the other two people,
my God.
the one of them was literally in Paris, did
Yep.
time math wrong, didn't show up.
And she picked the time and then just never showed up. I said, "You absolute bitch."
Hmm.
But we usually pick a topic and then we get to do a PowerPoint on it. And this time there was there were pairs, and the other person had to pick something that the other person hadn't watched. And then they have to watch it, and then they get to rank it on any ranking system that they choose and then present a PowerPoint. So I watched The Princess Bride, thought it was the father of the bride.
Hmm.
Turns out was not. And I had fun. It was a fun little weird movie. I just
I'm glad I didn't have to watch anything because the way I just would not have.
she would not have.
I
I
had to
did
rank
my
150
PowerPoint.
Pokemon.
Yeah. I did my PowerPoint the day before while getting my hair done, and I watched the movie there and I did the PowerPoint there because I took like 4 hours to get my hair done.
I did my PowerPoint 20 minutes before we were all supposed to meet
And so did
because
Joey,
I was tired
maybe.
and stressed out.
Also,
But we did it. It's like so incredibly nerdy, but it's kind of cute.
it's so fun. I love what we do. Also, Joey is getting so much better. He is becoming the best PowerPointer. It was
He is.
crazy. I'm like,
I feel
damn,
like me and Joey's pairing of PowerPoints were
very good.
like very fun because,
Yes.
it was like we both have our own very um
Niche.
niche brand of silliness,
Yeah.
and we brought that to it.
And you sure
It
did.
was fun. And I said, "Oh, me and Joey are friends."
Every every
Every time.
4 months, Victoria says that. And I'm just like, yeah,
It's because
yes,
me and Joey
you
just
are.
don't chit chat. I chit chat with everyone else. And also, Joey never um hangs out with me and Scenario, just us, because all three of us live in LA.
I know,
So
and you guys never see
for
each other.
people listening, I live basically like 15 minutes from Long Beach, super south of LA. And Scenario lives in freaking Glendale. And I see her at least once a month. That man lives like in Irvine. Well, now in like Orange County and somewhere else, but still, it's not that far.
And
He's a
y'all never
hater.
see each other.
Exactly.
And I'm like, well, damn. But it was fun. I rated everyone on who talked the most. It was my number one yappers. And
Spoiler, they all talk. And
yep,
actually, the number one yapper is fucking Allegra. She said so much
yep,
stuff. I
sure did.
said, boy, I'm
That's why I
lost.
said this is why I love them. Because this is me. Number one yapper, me. And then
Yep.
them. And super fun. And I also did who I ship. And obviously, I want a polycule between Inigo. Um, did the Jesus Christ, Andre the Giant,
And
um,
their mother, too.
and them other two, the main girl and the main guy. I forgot their name, but I don't care. I love
Blonde
both
and
of them.
blonder.
And I love them. And I think all of them should be together. And I named that is why I named that entire little section of the PowerPoint Now Kiss.
Literally.
And also the two little villains, the main one and then his little henchman. You're telling me that that's heterosexual tension? I don't think so. I don't think so.
You're
You
so
think that
close
he
to the
was,
mic.
yeah, it was on purpose.
Yeah.
You
Funny,
think he was
funny.
gonna go Freedom?
You think that she was free of slaves and a nice fucking dress?
That's how I felt while saying that.
Oh my god, I
But
know.
the that man was going to marry Miss Girl and then just kill her on the honeymoon, and then he and his and I know for a fact he was going to bring his right hand man with him, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna tell me that they weren't out there fucking? You're wrong. They were going. He wanted to be with him so bad. And I know when that man died, after he was tied up and they were running away and everyone went to go and find him, that man sobbed for his lover. He sobbed for him.
Mm, okay.
And
Thank you so
I'm right.
much. Okay. I literally just never seen the movie and I don't want to.
And that's fine. I liked
And
it. It was
so
camp.
I just listen to you and I just have no concept of what you're talking about.
Exactly. It was very campy. It was so stupid. I loved it.
Anyways, onto a different topic.
Yes.
Um, I'm gonna give us a pop culture section because there has been so much going on and I would like to talk about it.
Okay.
There was a third thing that I want to talk about, but I cannot remember the third thing. Hopefully it comes to me. The
Got it.
first thing I would like to say, Kaylani, I hope everything is all right.
Oh,
I just, when I tell you more stuff has been coming out,
how is more stuff coming out?
okay, let me tell you, okay, I'm going to give everyone an abridged version of what's happening with Kaylani, Kaylani's baby daddy, um, the freaking, this is the wife of the leader of the group that they were in. And then this was, I remember seeing this person. I don't know the pronouns, so I don't want to say what they are. But I remember seeing this person hanging out with Kaylani, and I remember when Kaylani was like, "Oh, they're on hospice. Like, yeah, we're gonna get them everything they need." Blah blah blah. And they were hanging out tough,
Damn.
and they came out with some stuff against Kaylani, and then it was one other person. Anyways, so let me tell you, this is so sick because patient zero, the first person at the scene of the crime, motherfucking Chris Brown. That's really how it all started. That's where it
Every
all
day
started.
it's something.
Chris Brown posted a
Every day.
picture with Kehlani and said, twin. And everybody said, Kehlani, what is wrong with you? And that is fair. And you know what I did? I said nothing because people going to say what they want to say. And they deserve to say that because of the way that Kehlani has um, made themselves visible in the world, especially
Exactly.
after they took Tory Lanez off of the Can I song. So, boom. All of that, they was getting their lashings. I said, this is cool. I said, it's not my business. Talk to me in 72 hours. Then, Kaylani's baby daddy was like, Kaylani's baby daddy was tweeting all of this stuff. And this is why I'm so confused because he was tweeting all this stuff like, y'all don't know what I've been through the last 5 years. It's crazy living with being under a narcissist. Y'all don't know I've been silenced. They tried to get somebody to take me out and woo 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 and blah da 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 da. And then they friend jump in and Kaylani's friend jump in And their friend is like, yeah, y'all really gonna see this is who they is. You got to be a certain kind of person to work in the industry, which, obviously. But the thing is, nobody is a perfect human being. And so I believe that everyone is kind of a piece of shit a little bit, because I know I'll be acting up. But they was just alleging all these things, and then the court filing came out, and then Kaylani's friend and her baby daddy's friends going back and forth. It was just like whack after whack after whack. And then the baby daddy was like, oh, and then TMZ posted an article that was like, oh, sex cult. And I'm over here thinking, who called it a sex cult? No one called it a sex cult. Someone rather called it a cult, but I said, I don't think it's a cult because I've heard of this religion. And then I was just like, I was reading so many things because I'm so nosy. Oh, I gotta just know everything if I get a whiff of it. And so they're going back and forth around and around. And then the baby daddy come out and he's like, oh, I would never want to disparage my co-parent. And I want TMZ to apologize. And I never said it was a sex call. And I'm just looking out for my daughter. And I get that so much, but it's like, you were literally over there calling them a narcissist, talking about how they tried to get you killed. So what is the truth? Who's lying? You know?
Not me.
And so then Kaylani posted a statement and then reposted her baby daddy statement. And I said, okay, so whatever. They worked it out between them. That's cool. I said whatever. Because really, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about none of this. I just hope that everybody's child is okay. Because I don't know these people, right? But
Oh,
they
so
putting
here's
all of
the
their
thing.
business on the internet, so I'm gonna look into it because
And that's
at
fair
my
because
core, I'm nosy.
that's your right.
That is my right. And also, Kehlani, somebody I've been listening to since I was in like the 10th grade in high school. I've been listening to Kehlani since I was like 14 years old. I was like, I'm gonna be interested, and I'm just hoping they not, doing nothing bad. So then, blah blah blah, all of this comes out, and then I saw Kehlani posted another statement, and I said, now why they post another statement? What happened? This person that they was hanging out with, the one that was about to die, they was like, oh yeah, me and Kehlani became friends. And Kehlani said in her statement that they posted, said, oh, they met at first in a virtual meet and greet. And then
Hmm.
when Kehlani found out about this person's story, they were like, oh, this is a cool person, they're aspiring. And then they decided to hang out with them, and they built a friendship. And they was like hanging out all the time, and they was like really, rocking with each other, talking to each other almost every day. And then they said that Kehlani was like super invested in their life, and they wanted to know like what was happening. And then they offered to pay for the person's burial outfit because they were doing end of life care, and so they were
Oh
making funeral
yeah.
plans. And so
Yeah.
they said that Kehlani was like, oh yeah, you should wear this. Like they offered to pay for it. And then there was like, yeah, this kind of outfit would be nice, like an all white outfit. And then the person themselves was like, they said that Kehlani wanted the ashes to do something weird with. And they were like,
Not
it's just
that.
weird that she was so invested and that they wanted to do so much for me. And then they were also telling me explicit sexual details about people that they were seeing. And then they're saying that multiple of like four of Kehlani's friends was like hounding them after the friendship ended. But the Kehlani made a statement, and they was like, we were friends and we basically talked every day. And then I started working on the album. And then while I was working on the album, I found out because the person went into remission. So they
Oh,
got off hospice and they're healthy ish
yeah.
now. But so the person is not dying anymore. And so when they found that out, Kaylani said that they celebrated like over the phone. But then when they stopped talking to them every day, then the person
Uh-huh.
was like, why are you not talking to me? Why are you not talking to me? And then because their friend groups got intertwined, some of Kaylani's friends got knew her friends, and since that she was like nobody was like attacking you and stalking you, they were saying, hey, why would you do that? Because apparently the person who was dying, these sexual messages or whatever they were saying that Kehlani was saying like they were just talking about the people that they were hooking up with like, together as friends, like friends do. And then she was like, they took that information back to one of my most recent exes and was just telling them everything that I was doing and with who and why. And they was like, and I offered to pay for their outfit because why would I not? I thought that this was, a person that I was close with. And then Kaylana was basically just like, I don't know. I guess I thought it was different and this is just a lesson in discernment. And I'm just like, oh, what is
My
happening?
God.
I'm like, they coming at them from every which way. And they were like, and then she also addressed the ashes thing. She said, I wasn't doing nothing weird with the ashes. She said, we were talking about where she wanted her ashes to be put once she died. And then she said, Hawaii. And she said, I could do that. She said, that is it. But because she said that Kaylani was also trying to be her power of attorney. And Kaylani said, I didn't do that because I don't even know what to do to be someone's power of attorney. And I said, oh, Lord.
Well,
Literally just so much drama coming from everyone left and right. And I said, there is something in the air right now. Something about Leo season is just done right this year. Let me tell you that.
and you see, and that's what was messing me up.
I'm
I
telling you.
I have never felt like that. I don't like it. And I'm sorry.
It's okay. But that's what I have to say about Kehlani. I just hope that everything comes to a nice, tight, and closed end because I'm a supporter and I bought floor tickets to see Kehlani in October. I don't want to have to not go. Thank you so much.
She bought them by accident. Every time she does something by accident and spends an absurd amount of money on something by accident is for Kaylani every single time.
No, it's
This has
not.
happened in college.
This is the second time that this has happened. And let me tell you, this is the second time it's
And
happened for
who was it
Kehlani.
for?
The other time it happened, it was 5 Seconds of Summer, and I spent more money. And I did. I accidentally spent almost $500 on back of the floor seats for 5 Seconds of Summer. I said,
And you think that's
what in the
something
heck?
to
I'm not
you
saying that is good. I'm just saying that that's
she said, "No,
crazy.
I didn't, because it was for 5 sauce." Okay, bitch.
I'm not
Spend
saying,
more money. Okay. I
yeah,
don't think that's anything to
I'm not saying
brag
that's
about.
good. I'm just saying that I'm just a little thoughtless sometimes. Anyways,
We know.
the other pop culture thing that I would like to talk about, I'm only going to talk about the two because I talked a lot about the Kehlani thing. I think that the problem in the world as we know it, not I think. Let me start over. The problem with the world is white people.
And I knew that is the second she started that sentence, I said, "It's gonna be white people." I said, "Watch it be white people."
And then it's like,
And it
oh,
was,
what are you talking about? What are you talking about this time? Because it could be anything, right?
truly.
It could
And
be
you know
the
what, before
Italian woman. Hold on. It could be the Italian woman at the Olympics claiming that the Algerian woman was a man, getting everyone to dogpile on this woman as she is just doing her fucking job, beating her ass as she should. You're boxers. And she said, she beat me like a man. You should have
yes,
beat her back.
I heard about that.
Like, and so she got these people to dogpile on her and calling her a man. And then she says, I didn't mean for that to happen. Bitch, the
Absolutely sick.
damage is done. Go to hell.
Also,
And she got the gold medal. I would just like to say, she got the gold medal. The Algerian woman.
I know that's right. Also, there's another woman that was supposed to be in the Olympics that they did not let join the Olympics because of her high testosterone levels, which is completely normal and natural in her.
Yeah.
This is just how she was born. But she has high testosterone levels, but they didn't let her compete. But the rapist, the child predator,
Well, this is not even where I was going with this, but my God, yes.
he can perform.
That
He
man,
can
was he
do his little
Dutch?
volleyball, and everyone rightly booed him, and his ass lost.
Exactly.
The
Literally,
Netherlands can go to hell for that one.
we need to publicly shame more child predators.
And I don't know why we don't. Like, hello?
Do you know that there's like people that like, do like their little child to catch a predator things. Like they want to be Chris Hansen so bad. and they just talk to the person. Um,
Yeah, Chris Hansen has
Let me
started doing
say
it.
this in a
He
way
just
that will
talks
not
to
get
him,
me hurt by anyone listening to this, but just know that if I was in charge, there would be no
allegedly,
conversations. Allegedly, there would be no alleged conversations. Um,
because allegedly,
Someone might allegedly be silenced for
were they silent or were they
were they
silent?
silenced? Literally,
And they would be
I have a
silenced,
digital
allegedly.
footprint to remember, but just know, y'all know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Y'all know what I'm
Because
saying.
I just like,
Ugh.
what is happening? What is happening? My mom literally used to tell me that when she was growing up in New York in like, this would have been like the late 70s, probably 80, early 80s, probably mostly late 70s. There was this guy that would walk around and you would see him, and every time you saw him, his face was messed up and his nose was broken, and you could tell it was never set right and it was just crooked and messed up. And he was like that because he, I think, raped someone's sister and he never went to jail for it. And she said that everyone in the neighborhood knew. And I think the brothers or the dad or something and the friends of that girl said, I'm not going to kill you, but what I'm going to do is every time I see you, I'm going to
Beat the
beat the
shit
shit
out of you.
out of you. And they did that. And every time they saw him, they beat the shit
Yes.
out of him. And every time you saw him walk around, his face was so messed up or his nose was clearly broken. And that's what you get. I don't know why. We need to start branding these people because the sex
There
offender
is
list is
literally,
not enough. I want a brand on their forehead.
let me tell you, the there is such an issue with protecting children. People would rather protect an adult, and it's like, baby,
Why
why?
and for what?
What we need to do is just like, what is it called? Um, Shun them, publicly shun them.
Yes.
They do not need to be a part of our society anymore.
We
And
don't
then
publicly shun enough people anymore.
literally, and they're like, it's a disease. Okay, go here, go be away from people. Go be away from the people that you're going to hurt because of your disease.
Exactly. Because it is a disease. And there are people who know that they have this. And do you know what they do? They feel terrible about it. They go tell someone and then they just feel guilty forever.
Good,
And then they don't do anything
literally.
because it is, you are able to not do
Yeah.
anything.
Ugh.
There are places where there are no children. There is a reason why there is an entire damn little town in probably Florida, damn it. But I think it's in Florida, and the entire town was just a bunch of sex offenders because they had to find somewhere to live and they had to do it away from children, and you know where not to go.
Ugh.
Go live over there,
We have strayed so
away
far
from everybody
from
else.
where I was even going with this, but it's important to me
Oh,
because there's
right,
no
white people.
reason a
Okay, we're back.
child
Sorry.
predator should have been at the Olympics. And that is what I would like to say. Also, while I'm on the topic of the Olympics in LA 2028, please do not let Israel in. They are not a real country. Thank you so incredibly much. That's what I have to say about that. Now, white people. I started talking about this because we're podcasters, and so we can comment on other podcasters. Cody Co and Brooke Schofield. Cody
who
Co,
who the
yeah,
hell is Brooke? Oh
please wait.
wait, is Brooke
Brooke is Tana's co-host.
the
Let me tell you
co-host?
what
Got it,
happened.
got it, got
Let
it.
me tell you what happened with her. We're gonna get to that. Cody Co, what a fucking loser.
Literally. And I've been new. And I've
I knew
been
he was a
new.
loser, but I said, oh, he's married now. He's probably less of a loser. He seems like, he's just preparing to be a dad. And that's cool. And I liked the button videos because I love seeing people be weird. But I can make my own commentary on button videos. Matter of fact,
Sure
let me
can.
become a Twitch streamer.
And
Anyways,
will.
eh. Anyways, the point is, he's a loser. And Noel came out with this whole video like, there's not anything I can really say, but the podcasts are gonna look different. You know, the only people that really stood up and did some shit was Inya and
And
Drew.
Drew.
They immediately
Yep,
were like, yeah, we're not making our
we're
podcast
out.
with them anymore. And they're just
Exactly.
making their podcast normal again. Like,
Exactly. And I
cool.
don't, because it's
And
something
they're
that's not
young. They're like
hard.
the same age as Tanner, so they are not like, Cody and Noel is in their fucking 30s.
They are
And he was
older.
25 years old, flirting with definitely a younger than 17-year-old Tana. And he knew he was wrong.
Yes,
It's like you knew that
fully.
it would come out eventually. And it's like, why not just
Exactly.
pivot your
And
career?
100%
Get
they
out
knew,
of the
because
limelight.
told Gabby
God.
Hanna of all people
And
to
water
be on
from
the
the
right side
monster.
of something.
She had to say something? My
Right.
God.
Right. And it's her that had to tell him, "Oh, you probably didn't know she's a minor."
And
And
he
you said,
said,
"Okay."
oh, I don't care. I'm gonna
And I don't care.
statutory with this girl. My favorite
That is
position is statutory.
absolutely insane. And for everyone who said, "Oh, but it's Tana," I want you to know
I'm under your
that you're
bed.
going to rot on a slow ball straight to hell. Because
It's crazy
what is
that
wrong with you?
in the same situation, not in the same situation, in the same little conversation, I'm defending Tana, but I'm about to whack the fuck out of Brooke. Let me just move right on to that because everybody and
Jesus.
their mama has talked about Cody. We know
What the
he's
hell
gross.
did she do?
Um as a white person, when you get famous, you literally need to immediately have someone go onto your Twitter, type your name, and type the words nigga. Nigga with the hard R. Nigga in every way. And then in her case, why don't you add Trayvon Martin, Black Lives Matter, liberal? This bitch,
Huh?
obviously, she had tweets saying the N word.
They
Obviously.
all do.
I don't expect anything less from a white person on the internet. I
Exactly.
don't. She had racist tweets. She had all the slurs you could think of. Whatever. But
What do
the
you make
kicker,
Trayvon
thank
Martin?
you, and that is the kicker. Allegra, she had a tweet that says something like, oh, that was just self defense. If George Zimmerman had killed a white person, no one would be saying anything. He didn't murder him. And everyone is like, how could you have
What
that
do you
thought?
mean? Literally, how could you have that thought?
And everyone was like, no, that's actually like evil. And I was like, yeah, yeah, no. And it's like you're making your brand right now off of being like, oh, yeah, I've been wronged and I've been abused. I was in an abusive relationship. Like, literally, Brooke just blew up for everyone because she
Exactly.
outed her lying boyfriend. But now, bitch, you're like super racist. And then she comes on, she makes an apology, right? And she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I grew up and my parents were crackheads and I was raised by my grandma and grandpa and they're super racist and they're watching Fox News. And so I'm just regurgitating everything I'm seeing. And that was wrong with me. And then when I was in college, first of all, why does everyone fucking say my thesis was on blah blah blah? What thesis? What the fuck are you talking about? Your
You
college
didn't have a
thesis?
thesis.
No one
If
has a college
anything,
thesis.
they
You had a
had a
bachelor degree. You wrote a fucking
you
research
had a
paper.
paper. Actually,
Literally.
I know exactly what they wrote. You can keep talking, but I'm gonna find the word for exactly what they wrote because I know what it is.
They
Their
wrote a fucking
capstone. It was a capstone project. What your
literally
capstone was, because you don't have a
okay,
PhD.
please. Please. I'm talking still.
I'm sorry.
The bitch goes, I was a major in public health and my thesis was on the racial disparities and blah 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 blah. And then literally she posts that video and then they find a tweet of hers like in college, mind you. She's like our age. And she's like, cannot believe that I just started pretending to be liberal in all my papers and now I'm making so much better grades. Like that's the gist of what she said. And so it's like, bitch, we know that you're just lying. And it's like, just own your racism and just be racist. Just pivot your audience. You want everyone to love you. Just say, I'm only here for white people, because that's cool.
That is
But stop acting
literally
like you care about people that don't look like you,
exactly.
because you
That is
don't.
literally one of the things that makes me so mad about racist white people, especially just any racist. The thing
It's like,
is,
bitch, just
if
go be
you
with
are
your
racist,
kind.
just say it. I don't know why you keep if say it with your chest. What is wrong with
It's
you?
because
If you're
white
gonna
women
be racist,
literally,
at least don't be a pussy. Like, can you
it's
you're
because
you're saying this stuff. So say it and then own up to it. At least, at the very least, own up to it. Stop being like, oh yeah, because I care about every. You don't. Why would you lie? Why would you lie?
it's
Because you can't say it's for the views and stuff. It's not. Because all of these racist actual people actually have views and don't care. Yes, ma'am, you raised your hand and you can have the class's attention.
thank you. I've been trying to talk for so long. It's because white women literally don't want to be disliked. That's the whole thing. They said, I want everyone to love me. And especially a bitch that's on the internet. But it's like, girl, my issue is, if you want to come on here and pretend that you're cool and want people to like you, that's fine. I love being stupid. I like supporting people on the internet because I like my little bits of dopamine here and there. But, bitch, go through your Twitter. I'm not even big on the internet yet, but the amount of times that I have gone back and checked my tweets and my likes and my quote tweets just in case, I know
And
I'm
I don't
not
have to
bad.
do that because my Twitter account got hacked and deactivated.
Literally. Eh?
Yeah,
But I don't even gotta search like y'all gotta search. It's so easy for them to just, you literally type at blah, blah, your name, and then you type a keyword. Literally,
exactly.
all you guys have to do is type every slur, because I know
And
that you
it's not
have a
even
tweet.
you guys because I know you're big enough. You have a PR team. Are
I'm
y'all stupid?
like, literally, this is assistant work. Just go through and delete the tweets. It's just so easy. Because
It's
then I
easy
have
as
to get on
hell.
the internet, and now I'm mad because it's like, oh god damn, you're actually evil. I would just
Exactly.
like to live in ignorance. And this might be a
Exact.
hot take.
And
It probably is. Everybody does. I just like to live in ignorance. Just
exact
present yourself correctly on the internet so that I don't have to go through all of this.
exactly. Because if you're gonna pretend not to be racist when you are, then do it well. It's not that hard to lie. Please do better. And it's always the rich ones who always have some shit to say because you're rich and you're getting famous.
Like,
You have a PR team and you have a manager. So have them do
it should be a
their
mandatory
job.
thing as soon as somebody gets an agent to have some intern. Everyone needs to be assigned a Twitter cleaning intern. Like, how
Exactly.
have we not implemented this? Because
Exactly. Why
I'm
is
just
there
so
not a
tired.
Twitter cleaning intern? And if there isn't, we are trademarking this right now. Don't steal
Literally,
nothing.
literally. Because
It is
how is this
August
still
11th.
happening? How is this still happening in 2024? Like, babes, we know you're racist. You're white. We know you are.
Exactly.
It's built into your bones. That's whatever. But if you're trying to get on here and be like, I'm a girly girl and I just love supporting girls and women and people, but it's like, no, you like supporting the girls and women and people that look like you.
Who look like you.
Like, and that's fine, but whatever. And then Tana got on and she's like, yeah, Brooke's not on this episode because what she did was so wrong. And I was wrong because literally on one of Brooke's million apology posts, she was like, we were raised wrong, love you, girl. And it's like, white people love to absolve white people of bullshit. And it's like, it will never affect you.
Literally.
And the thing is
Hannah
that,
said we were raised wrong.
yeah, she said, we were raised bad, love you, girl. It's like, yeah, we know you're also racist,
Hannah.
Tana. Shut up. The thing is
Hannah.
that, and every black person on the internet makes this a point, and everyone says it, but it's worth repeating so that maybe, I don't even know why, because it's not even gonna get to their head. But the point
Just say
is,
it.
these are phases for you guys, but these are traumatizing events for people that look like us. Like
Ese seguía.
you're not gonna remember it, but I have vivid memories of the first time I was called a in with a hard R in the fourth grade. And that bitch is never thinking about that, you know? It's
Mhm.
like these are your phases. You're like, oh, I just found out that black people existed and that just hurt my heart. And it's like, well, god damn, girl. The rest of us been here and you over here traumatizing us. So I don't
Mhm.
know. I can't fix it. I'm just a girl and I'm going through my own stuff. But
And you are. I just
it's just stupid. It's
it
just like,
is stupid.
please just go through your Twitters. Also, go to your Instagram. Like, a picture of Brooke came out and it was her dressed as like a homeless person for Halloween. Like, bet just delete it. Do
Girl,
you know how easy
exactly.
it is to scroll and just delete? I know
Mhm.
I was gonna say something stupid, but I'll text her later
Do
about it.
not, do not. Because I already know what you're gonna say.
But the point is, no,
Don't.
the point is somebody needs to just be going through and deleting it. I want my internet legacy to be me talking about that little gay vampire show, not whatever it is y'all doing.
Work. Absolutely.
I love my gay vampires, and I hate racism.
And that is a perfect note to
It
end with.
is.
That is a perfect note to end with. Should we just go straight into cuz your serotonin only. Yours is your little gay vampire show.
Honestly, it's about to be on Netflix August 19th. Netflix, please let me come to the premiere of something.
My serotonin only is also a show. It is Ige Matcha, which is Are You Sure? It's the Jimin and Jungkook show. Disney can go straight to hell, but I'm using someone's account and I am watching it. Thank you. I love them so much. I miss Jimin now and Jungkook
Yeah,
now. Outro, baby. We're finally at the end. Whoever's still listening, thank you for listening. We
honestly,
talked so much, but we needed this because, baby, it's been months.
I know we need to
So,
come back better than before. We need to. We're
exactly.
gonna try to record every week
Exactly. And honestly, this should be better because we're going to try and record on the weekends so everything could be ready.
because
And that
we're
might be better.
the both of us are now corporate girlies at the same time. That has never happened
Exactly.
before.
It hasn't. We're moving on up.
Gen Z corporate girlies.
Ew. Okay, song recommendations. Mine are I have two because I have every right to do what I want. Late Start, Mike.
My Carol.
By Carol. Carol, she said her last name, and I think it's
It's
Addis. It's Addis.
AIDS.
It's not AIDS because she said it before, and it's not that.
I could have sworn.
Oh, okay.
I thought I would heard her say AIDS.
Okay.
And that's crazy to me. I've only listened to like one video.
Anyways, and also Touch by Cat's Eye. That's such a fun song.
And you can tell it touch, touch,
Touch,
touch,
touch, touch,
touch, touch.
touch, touch.
But I bet you were too much, 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 much. Now, I also have two songs. Since Allegra got two songs, it was gonna be three, but okay. My first song recommendation is Check by Flo. Flo's going on tour with Kehlani. So if you want to catch Kehlani and Flo, and there's somebody else on tour, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce their name, so I won't even mention it. And then my bitch Dochi. There's something about a girl from Florida. My God, I got two of them. Dochi's
Damn.
song Nissan
You have
Altima
three of
is
them.
so good. Who is I remembered I went to her wedding. Irma, I'm sorry.
I'ma tell.
I said, who's this third person? It's because you guys are like kind of normal. So I forget that you just from Florida.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Thank you.
guys so much for listening. Um
Thanks for listening.
Me and Allegra are gonna get together so that I can be a co-host because we did not adequately use the soundboard.
Yeah, no.
but it's
But it's
okay.
okay.
Next
Also,
time.
I hope that that soundboard works. I hope everyone heard it
I
because
heard
if
it.
we say okay, good. Because I was gonna say if we said drum roll please and then it was just silence, that would be so funny, but
That's
also
what I was
embarrassing.
waiting for, but I heard it, and that's why I took a pause because I could hear it.
Hooray! Okay. Super fun. And I'm glad we're back to doing this because when we stopped, Victoria and I were barely
Literally.
talking and we're like, why haven't we talked to each other in
Also,
months?
us
And it's
barely talking is like us talking like maybe twice a week, but that's a little for
exactly.
us.
That's that is a little.
That's so
And
little.
like that also doesn't account for like me sending her things on Instagram
Yeah,
because
that's
that's
every
not
day, but
talking.
that's
That's every
different. That's
day.
not talking. Cause
Okay.
sending a
Sending
video
things
and
counts
then
for now.
hearting it and saying, "Oh, my man," that means nothing.
Yeah, and oh, I need him
Just literally,
because that's every day. I need
hello.
someone every day, and every time it's
And you
going
know
to
who she
be
needs every
June.
day? The Lord.
Hey,
It's Sunday. It's Sunday.
and you're right. Hallelujah. Bye. Bye.